Hello fellow geeks and welcome back to Running Geek Girl. My name is Heather, the Running Geek Girl, and I'm glad you're here. Welcome to a brand new series on this channel called New Runner 101. If you're brand new to running, I know you probably have a lot of questions about how to get started. Maybe you've done a couch to 5K and this is something you want to stick with. Maybe you've just been a walker for a while and now you're ready to take that step into running, but you're just not quite sure where to look for answers to some of your questions. Well, I'm going to be taking a look at some of the most frequently asked questions that I see on forums and Facebook groups and so on. Today we're going to start with the first two questions that I see the most often. First of all, what do you need equipment-wise? And second, where do you run? So, what do you need in order to get started running? Well, obviously, the first thing that you're going to need is a good pair of shoes. Now, my suggestion is that you go and invest in a very good pair of running shoes. While it's easy to go ahead and get started running with something simple and off the rack that you would normally use just to walk around your house, they're not going to hold up to the amount of wear and tear that running is going to put on a pair of shoes. And not only that, they're not going to give your legs and your body the support that you need. I know because I have run in some subpar shoes before and my hamstrings are still screaming at me for it. So what you want to do is go to a place that specializes in running shoes. There's got to be a running shop near you. Just do a quick Google search and you can find the closest athletic store to you. Most likely what they will do is they will take a look at your gait, they'll look at you running, walking, they'll listen to the type of terrain that you want to run on, how often you plan on running, they'll take a look at your body type, and they'll be able to help make suggestions based off of those. Be sure to try on lots of different brands. You may have heard that one brand is better than another. There is no need at this point in your career to have to be loyal to just one brand. Don't feel that you have to stick to just one brand of shoe. There are lots of great running shoe companies out there, some smaller, some larger, and you're going to be able to find one that works for you. So take suggestions from people that work at a running store, try a lot of them on, and see what feels good. Trust me, you'll know when you find the right one because it will just feel like home. The second piece of equipment that I would suggest getting is some sort of a tracker. Now this doesn't have to be something fancy. I just started out using my phone. I used the GPS on it. I just found a simple tracker app that I could use and I timed myself on my runs. You can just start with what you have. If you're looking for something though that's really going to work that you download, I would highly suggest that you get Strava. With Strava, you can use the free version or you can pay to upgrade to a pro version that has a lot more features on it. But even just within the free version, you can connect with other runners. You can time yourself on both indoor and outdoor runs. You can share photos, you can join challenges, and overall just be able to keep track of your runs and your workouts day by day. So I would definitely recommend getting Strava. I'm going to put a link to that down in the description box below. If you are really interested in getting a watch type tracker, then it can be as simple or as high-tech as you want it to be. I myself use the Apple Watch. According to most of the reviews and articles that I have done research with online, a lot of them suggest that if you're brand new to running, you should use the Garmin Forerunner. It can do things like tracking your run, it can record your pace, it can track your heart rate and your VO2, and even more if you want to do interval training where you're running speed and then slowing down for a bit. If you're wanting to do intervals, you can program in interval workouts into your watch and it will let you know when to walk and when to run. Plus, if it is connected to your smartphone, then you have notifications on the Forerunner for phone calls and texts, and you can control the music player just with your wrist. Go ahead, check that out. I'm going to have a link down to the Garmin website so you can take a look at the Forerunner for yourself. The third thing that you're going to want to consider getting for yourself is a set of running clothes. Now, don't go and spend hundreds of dollars on running clothes right off the bat. You can start just with what you have. In fact, if you've ever seen on Amazon the movie Brittany Runs a Marathon, you'll notice that when she first starts out, she just starts with the clothes she has in her drawer and a pair of shoes that she pulls out of her closet. We all start somewhere. And then as you progress through your running, then you can start updating your running wardrobe. You'll want to switch from things that are made of cotton to things that are more moisture wicking that can carry sweat and moisture away from your skin. You'll also want to upgrade to better socks specifically designed for running. I will say that I can definitely tell a difference in my feet from when I wear just regular socks that I can pick up at the store to actual running socks that I have ordered online for the specific purpose of running, I can definitely feel a difference. So definitely check into that if it's something that you're wanting to do. And ladies, please, please, please invest in a good sports bra. It makes a world of difference. You may have to try on several times to find the right amount of support and compression that you need for your body type, but it is definitely worth the money once you can find one that works for you. I'm going to leave a link down in the description box below to a couple that I've found on Amazon that I know really work for me, if you would like to check those out. But definitely invest in something like that. The fourth thing you're going to want to take a look at is hydration, especially this time of year. It's super warm. Where I live, super humid, and we're having to hydrate a whole lot more often. So you'll want to look at how you hydrate during your run. This can be something as simple as just buying a bottle of water and keeping it somewhere handy. You can carry it with you. You can run loops by your house or your car, and every time you come by the loop, you can pull out your bottle and take a drink. You can invest perhaps in a handheld bottle that you can carry with you as you run and refill as needed. If you tend to run in more rugged terrain, you tend to go out on longer runs in areas where there are not going to be other places to refill your water, you may want to invest in a hydration vest so that you can keep a lot of water with you at once, or in a hydration belt where you can keep a couple of large bottles of water on you at all times. Just look at how long you plan on being out there, the type of terrain that you're going to be in. If you're going to be in an area where you're going to pass by your house, or a friend's house, or a store where you can pick up hydration, you may not need to carry anything with you. The fifth thing you're going to want to think about getting for yourself would be something for recovery. The number one thing that I would recommend is to get a foam roller. Yes, I know all runners have a real love-hate relationship with their foam roller. We love how much better it makes us feel, but we hate the pain of actually having to use it. But you can get foam rollers and they don't have to cost a fortune. Mine, I picked up at Five Below for only $5. You could go all out and get some that even vibrate if you want to spend more money on those. You can get some that are solid, some that are hollow, some with trigger points. There's lots of different options for foam rollers. Having those available and ready to use at the end of your run is going to make a huge difference in keeping your body healthy and ready to run and recover. You'll also want to look up some different types of cool down and recovery stretches. There are so many videos on YouTube that are made for runners to give you cool down stretches and cool down exercises. Just look one up very quickly and do the cool down along with them. It usually only takes about 5 minutes, but it's going to make a world of difference the next day. You'll also want to maybe check into getting a recovery drink. There are some that are available at most sports stores, grocery stores. You can special order from places like Trailwind or from Noon. There are lots and lots of options out there that are going to help repair your body from the inside. And finally, you may want to consider getting some sort of a training journal. This is so that you can write down and record every workout, every long run, every short run, every bit of speed training, everything that you do, to have it written and in front of you, because you'll want to be able to go ahead and visually look at how far you've come. It'll allow you to write down the goals that you're setting for yourself, because studies have shown that writing your goals down is the biggest step in training your brain to meet them. And being able to look and see that visual reminder of your progress is a huge deal. Recently, I saw some posts that I made on Facebook about 5 years ago about my overall mile time, and just looking at how far I've come in about 5 or 6 years is mind-blowing. And I never would have realized it had I not been keeping track of that somewhere where I could see it. So there you go. Take a look at, most importantly, shoes, then potentially a tracker, clothes, hydration, recovery, and a journal. These are the things that will help you get into the mindset and the lifestyle of running. Now let's look at our second big question: where can I run? The most important thing is that when you're first starting out to run, you need to run in an area that you're familiar with. It could be in your neighborhood, it could be a local park, it can be on your treadmill, anywhere where you are familiar and you feel like you know your way around. Remember that running is supposed to be enjoyable, so you need to pick a place that you can enjoy, a place where you feel safe and happy. Wherever you choose to run, try to make sure that there's not any hills, or at least not very many. If there are, try to make sure they're not too steep, because running and trying to tackle hills, that's a whole other beast, and you're going to want to wait until you're a little bit stronger before you try running up hills. If you're looking for someplace new and you just have no idea where to run, again, pull out that Strava app and see where people around you are using for running. If you're looking for something that's more of a trail run, go to All Trails and see what's available out in the area where you live. The important thing right now is to run where you feel safe and to run where it is not crowded. Social distancing is still a concern right now, even in the running world. Be sure to bring a mask if you're going to be in an area where there are other runners that you don't know. Also, make sure that you're carrying your own hydration if there's not going to be any other hydration available. Using public water fountains is not really a great idea at this time. So there you go, the first two big questions answered. What do you need to get started, and where do you run in the first place? If you found this helpful, be sure to let me know by leaving me a comment below or giving me a thumbs up. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already, because there's going to be more in our Runner 101 series coming up soon. You can also follow me on social media. I'm going to have the links down in the description box. You can find me across most platforms under the name Running Geek Girl. Thank you so much for being here. I can't wait to see you again, and good luck on your running journey. Happy running, guys.